The first cherry trees to Hyde Park were donated by citizens of Tokyo in 1959 to express their gratitude for the Torontonians who graciously accepted and helped the Japanese Canadians who moved from the western part of Canada after the internment during the World War II. So this is the 60th anniversary of this first donation. So we'd like to again renew our friendship between the people of Japan and the people in Toronto. This is also the time that our new emperor will take a throne on May 1st. So we would also like to commemorate such an occasion, and also renew our commitment for further friendship under the new era of Reiwa.
So initially, how many trees did you?
Initially, about 2,000 was donated.
2,000?
Yes.
All these trees are in Hyde Park?
Yes, but many of them died. And there are a couple other additional donations. So this is another additional donation for the Japanese government this time.
So how do you find the trees now, 60 years later?
Yes, they are still not yet blooming here, but I came here last year. They're so beautiful, and I'm sure that everyone would enjoy again this year.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We do.
The stick will come out of your head.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. At least the sun is shining. It's a little cold. My name is Howie Dayton. I am the acting general manager of the city's Parks, Forestry and Recreation Division. And I'm delighted to be with you to help honor the 60th anniversary of the donation of cherry blossom Sakura trees to Toronto at Hyde Park. Today we are joined by those who help us to represent the tremendous friendship that exists between Toronto and Japan. First,
I am delighted to be here again with you, Consul General, in your presence today, and to say thank you for the presentation of these new trees that go with the trees that have been here for so long and that mark the very important friendship that you made a reference to. And of course, it is a mark of the respect and affection that we have for Japanese Canadians in our community here in Toronto, but also for Japan and for the Japanese people that our MP, Arif Virani, and our MPP Bhutila Karpoche are here as well. And I thank them very much for their attendance today to add to this occasion. As you can see, the Consul General has brought us a few very pleasant surprises here at Hyde Park and in a couple of other parks across the city. And I think we can all agree that when cherry blossoms arrive in Hyde Park, and I have to say when this year because they're not here yet, that it means spring is here. Notwithstanding whatever the calendar said, I think a full month ago, spring does not seem to have arrived yet this year. But I have one request and two suggestions. My request is to the media, and that I hope, because part of the purpose of today's events is to promote the magnificence of the cherry blossoms in Hyde Park and other parks across the city, so I hope they will find a way to get some old pictures or old footage to put on television to remind people of how beautiful the cherry blossoms are, so when they come, sometime between now and Canada Day, that indeed people will know what it is that they have to come here to Hyde Park and behold and go to the other parks. My two suggestions, first, that you should check up on something that is called a Blossom Watch on the internet that is run by the Hyde Park Nature Center here, because it's a very excellent representation of exactly where we are on the whole blooming process. And I checked this morning just to see if there was any encouraging signs, and not really. But having said all that, based on the weather the last few days, I'm not surprised. But it does keep track of it so that you don't actually have to come out and have a look. And the second suggestion is that you should take advantage of the program the Consul General talked about. Go to a Japanese restaurant, not only have some food, but have a couple of offerings of sake and say a prayer that spring will soon come in 2019, because it's taken an awfully long time. But you know, it really is something that's been a very special part of a tradition that's gone on for many years now in Toronto. And I'm surprised, quite frankly, at the number of Torontonians who've never been to see something that in this park in particular, because I think there are more trees here than anywhere else at all the other parks. And by the way, on toronto.ca, it lists all of the other parks in the city where you can find the Sakura trees, and they'll bloom, I'm assuming, at about the same time. But this has been an important part of spring in our city, and it lasts for such a short time, but it's such a treat to see the beauty of these trees in this park in particular. They were, as the Consul General said, a part of a very special gift made to the people of Toronto by the Japanese people, the people of Tokyo in particular, 60 years ago, and it has become such a part of life in our city, so it's a gift that we will never forget. And of course, it's been renewed today by the addition of more